So you are outside the school now. You've graduated, even though you've not actually collected your certificates. If you could go back in,
not yet a fully graduate.
I'm not yet a graduate. You are not an alumnus. No, you are still with us because it is until you get the certificate that you become a full graduate. So you're still with us. So if you could go back in time, what would you do differently?
Okay. If I could go back in time, I think I would have one. I found my passion in acting quite late in Unilag. I think I would have started off earlier. I think I would have done more. I think I would have put myself out there more in that aspect. Academically, I think I would have maybe done better. I graduated with a good grade, yeah. Why I felt I could have done better.
What was the grade?
I graduated with a second class upper degree.
Second class upper. What figure is that?
That was 3.9.
Oh, that's amazing.
Beyond the Books with JonneyLaw, proudly sponsored by King JonneyLaw Gadgets and Accessories.
You graduated this year. Does that justify that maybe you are still Holy Mary?
Holy Mary.
I would not talk about myself.
Hey, what you are? No, you don't have to say it.
Okay, let's take it deeper. What was life for you in school beyond leadership? Your day to day, what was life for you in school?
What do you do today? What did this tomorrow?
So first of all my life in Unilag, let me just add this. I've always had good roommates. Shout out to every single person that has ever been my roommate. You are the best. I love you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
So my life in Unilag, basically, every day I wake up, I'm in my room, I pray, do my daily routine, my morning routine, go to class, read, meet people. I didn't really go out as much. My life in Unilag was, for the most part, for like 80 to 90%, was hostel, church, faculty, library, rehearsal.
Church, faculty,
library, rehearsal. That was my life. Wow. Like, that was what, for the most part, 80 to 90% of my life. It was when I became a leader that we now started saying, oh, because faculty of we have to host this party. You don't host the party and you'll not be there. You want them to kill you. So you have to go. You get it now. So I had to attend this things for the most part because of my position.
All right.
And then my friends, hey, shout out to my friends.
Shala.
They kept it running for me. Oh my girls. Oh my guys.
With all these activities, no wonder your relationship life didn't work. And obviously, maybe you are still single.
Anyway, that will leave it.
If she continue like this, you end up doing 30 days Hallelujah challenge.
It's not possible. I know.
Hallelujah challenge, but you go see husband.
Or Shilu, it's not possible. It's not possible.
My tribe will find me.
It's not possible. It's not possible.
I will wait.
Okay, they play.
So my next question is so did people expect, because I mean, right from the departmental level, you were the vice president, and I'm very sure before you became the vice president, you must have actually done some things that actually earned you that position. You know, being a leader from class, maybe you were not the course rep, but you were doing some things that actually, you know, made people say, okay, well, let's make her the vice president. You were a leader, and then you got to faculty level, you were the treasurer. They called you Faster Bank. That means you kept, you know, our treasure. So did people at any point in time expect too much from you? If you get what I mean? Like,
yes, high expectations.
High expectations.
Yes, people actually had high expectations. And I'm human. Sometimes I fail. Sometimes I make rash decisions. I remember when I was vice president, I had this fallout with July. I just posted, I think I posted yesterday or day before. I just wrote to myself, I miss July so much. And then I was like, but that's not what's the issue. Yes, I had a fallout. I even had a fallout with my president when I was the vice president.
The department?
Yes, my president.
Today?
No, not today. The president before today.
Okay.
Shell.
Okay.
So we had issues, even with Aproko, and now we are guys.
Aproko.
We are guys.
Shout out to Aproko, by the way.
So we used to have some clash here and there. and there's something Jonah will always tell me. You say, Modesta,
Jonah,
no, Jonah Emi na my guy. Jonah will say, Modesta, you have something, but you are too emotional. I'm somebody that if something happens like this, I can start crying. Forget all this cry. I will break down. So there are a lot of things that have shaped. That's the thing. These things have helped shape my experience. People have high expectations of me, and sometimes when I don't meet up with it, I'm like, it actually really is. I remember there was one time I went for one audition. And someone was like, Modesta, Modesta. I went there, was like, are you the Modesta? I said, yes. So are you the Modesta? I said, no, I remember that. Anyone discovered. So what have you heard? That now you are seeing me, you're asking me, are you the Modesta? I mean, that there was something you have probably heard that made you place me on a particular pedestal. Maybe now you're looking at me and I'm 5 feet 6, 5 feet 6 inches tall.
Or you are lighter in skin than you should
Do
be.
you understand? So yeah, that's it.
Okay, Modesta, now that you've graduated, has the reward matched your expectations or life shocked you?
Life shocked me.
Mm.
It shocked me that I don't know.
Mm.
Ah,
So wait, you said life shocked you.
life just shocked
So has there been like any moments that you were like after graduation, you know, like so really, so Modesta, the faster bank, so nobody sends me anymore. Maybe the time you come to when you come to the faculty, I be like, nobody's even hailing me and say Modesta, Modesta. I know people still do. We that are still there, we still do. But you know, the freshers are there, the year two are there. They don't know you. So has there been any moment in time, maybe anywhere, they just felt like, come on, we don't finish with this one.
And you know, like when you're still the vice president and as a treasurer, you are relevant in academics, as regards she says, teaching and everything. But now we don't graduate. Me, I don't send you again.
Yeah,
People in my class, they don't send you again.
exactly.
So, like any reality check moments is you left Capol.
Okay, so the good thing is, when I do these things, I just know that it's for a period of time. That's how I structure my mind. It's for a period of time. After this point in time, I move on to the next phase. When I said life shocked me was when I came out of school and then I realized that there are some pieces I have to start picking up here and there. And when I came to drop off my convocation gown or something, I realized that a lot of students didn't know me. Like people just normally when I pass like 10 people, you would have heard like 3 or 4 people say hi.
That kind of thing.
But I passed 10 people and maybe I wasn't shocked. Maybe I was actually expecting it that I won't get here and people will know did you know me? So for me the shock is okay, how do I start picking up myself again from the life that I was used to now almost being at home for the most part, except when I have like gigs and I have to go out to work and all that. So what happened is instead of me dwelling in, oh, what exactly is the next thing to do, I picked up the next thing to do. That's how I work. See, there's no time. I picked up the next thing to do. Now I'm engaged in a lot of activities, even at home.
I thought
Okay,
He's not engaged now. I just got this guy. This guy is a clown.
I'm engaged in a lot of
Yeah, thank God. You see what to marry her?
You still want to marry me?
you know,
So
As a Lego.
I'm going to engage in a lot of activities that normally if I was at home doing nothing, I would have been depressed right now. Yes. But because I know that there's a focus, there's a vision, there is a vision. I know what I want. And I know that it will just take time. It will take time. It will take a year, it will take more than even a year of consistency every single day. It's going to make sense. So I'm building. I tell my siblings, I said, I'm building an empire. Why are you laughing? I said, I promise you I'm building. There are some days that I literally stay at home and cry. But then I tell myself, I said, I'm building. And I know that
Pressure that comes from people who have actually done better than you are doing and all that.
maybe not really.
That's why you not see that now.
No, you definitely see
Yeah,
it.
you see.
You
Just when go on Facebook.
You will see that.
you still use Facebook.
No, I used to use Facebook a lot. So when I go on Facebook, I see my friends who have mentored and all that. They're in UK, US. I don't get moved though, but definitely there's something that
yes, something will trigger you.
This is just
Yeah. Something will trigger you. Yes, you will see these things and then you ask yourself, sometimes, what am I You get these people, some of them have actually been building right from school. You probably didn't know because you had other activities that you were focused on. So I do not regret my stay in that one. They had their own time. They had things going on for themselves. And even when they tell me, oh, please help me repost it, bro, I repost it. And I don't see it as a competition. So for me, I see it as something that should inspire me. Oh, this person is doing this nice. What am I now going to do? And if you let those things get into your head, you realize that you will lose yourself along
Yes,
the line.
so
If you are somebody that you are probably supposed to do things around the arts, maybe creative, maybe you're supposed to be a singer or something, and then you see somebody that is doing tech, you will not say, ah, maybe me too, I should go and learn coding. That you stay there 5 years, you have not learned anything. Because it's not for you. So find your path, be true to your path, and pursue it.
Modesta, what advice will you give 111 your 111 self now?
Ah, I would have said this time. You know, I could have read better, right? I think now that I would have told myself, you know that because in my 100 level, when I got it, I mentioned that I was a scholar, even from secondary school, primary school. So when I got it, there was a level of overconfidence. There was a level of overconfidence. I mean, when I even got, because I studied history, I did history in secondary school, place of government. So by the time I got into uni now,
sorry,
history of government.
there is government, there is history, there's another one, civic education. Are they
No, that one is for junior secondary school.
okay?
History of government is for senior secondary school. So don't judge him. It's a question.
No, I'm not judging you. Modesta, like,
Don't
So
make her lose her train of thought. Please continue.
no, sorry. I actually don't expect much from someone studying Yoruba.
stop it. I have friends.
Disclaimer: I'm studying linguistics and Yoruba,
Okay, well packaged.
All right.
and it's a language, course. Language is used in all areas of life. There's no area of this life, technology, computer, anywhere that you do not use language. And language is a very, very, purposeful and resourceful course
Yes,
to
I
study.
can testify to
But
that.
don't you forget, you actually set it for less. For continent.
When did I even stop? What was I talking about?
Talking about your
Okay, once I was my 100 levels. So
Yeah.
I was very confident. And when I got into class, then, when teachers ask questions, before I know it, I did it in SS3 now. I would just answer. I was the best history student in my district 5. That's across all schools, all boarding schools. I was best history student. So I was very good. I would just answer. Everybody would be like, you just came now. How do you think I know this thing? So I was overconfident that I did not really see the need to read differently. There's a shift between how I read in secondary school and how I started in university. When I started in university was quite poor. To average students, it would be great, but to me, it was quite poor.
It could have been better. Okay, I get that. So there's a part of you that I wouldn't have actually known as a person. I like to know people here. I do background checks and all that. I wouldn't have actually known if I wasn't following you on social media or if I didn't have a number to check your status and all that. You are a sports enthusiast. Even though I've never seen you participate in football, table tennis, or any, all of that. What can you say about that? How are you a sports enthusiast when you can't even play ball?
Ha! That's not nice. Okay, but yeah, I love football. Oh my god. Everybody in my family loves football. In fact, my sister has a YouTube channel where she talks about football.
Yeah.
Women football.
Name it football.
I work with her. I'm the creative director. I used to edit her videos, but now we have a video editor so that all the work is not the body is
I
not.
get it.
So I write scripts for her as well. So we love football in my house. Maybe other sports, I wouldn't mind trying to check out other sports. But football is something that comes naturally to us all. And everybody has a team. Everybody fights each other, basically at home. So most times in our house, if we're not having like deep family conversations, we have football conversations. So for me, football is beautiful. It's a game that I would watch every single day of my life if I have it, if I could. Yeah, I
So
love it.
that enthusiasm is from a fan's perspective, not that you like to play it.
No, not. I don't think I can play football. I cannot even play football. I mean, we have um, different parts that make up something.
I know, right?
Everybody cannot play football.
Of course,
Some people have
definitely.
to be fans. Some people
Some
have
people know
to
how to
love the game.
organize it.
Exactly. Some people will have to be the photographers.
Yes.
Some people have to be the videographers.
Yeah,
and
I
that
know,
stuff.
right?
So if I can be a fan, I can make something out of my fanship. I can make something out of my love for the game. Yeah, it's possible.
That gives clarity. It gives clarity. I love that because there was a time we're doing the dance game, and because I wasn't playing football, I was playing table tennis here, but because I hadn't really, I wasn't really invested in it. But I was very good at it before.
Sorry.
Hold on. What I'm trying to say is that some people felt like me being nominated as a sportsman of the year was a mistake. But then I was in the committee for the department and for the faculty. So that kind of qualifies me to be a sportsman because I'm in the administrative, sector. I'm not playing it on the field. And it's not restricted to just people that are playing it. Because a coach could actually be, nominated for, yes, that kind of a thing. So that gives clarity.
Okay, you said you were very good at table tennis, but Usu Fasa, I mean the local boy
Mufasa.
and so Usu Fasa claimed from beating you like not once, not twice.
Yes, he beat the sports secretary of the faculty. Dr. Yes, he did.
Okay.
But I'm very sure that during my prime, and if I say I have time, because he's in his school team, I has access to table tennis on campus. I do not have that. Before I can play table tennis, I have like start reaching out when it's table tennis. Thank God we have Abby Forest now that has that facility around me. And then I don't have time anymore. I have a lot of things I'm doing. So but when in my prime, people used to put money on me. I used to sleep there, wake up there. So I know what I can do. And if I actually dedicate like a month to training, Busu is not as good as I am.
Okay, anything to make you feel to sleep well at night. I'm actually happy with your excuses and everything, sharp. If that makes you feel like maybe you're better than Usu or anybody else.
I beg, what's that one myth that you feel like how do I say this now? But one myth that you realize after graduation, like maybe people think that after graduation you're going to get the job straight, or there's this, there's that. Like one myth that you realize after graduation.
Okay, so before I was thinking when you graduate, you just know what you want to do. When you graduate, if you do not already have something in existence before graduating, you'll be confused. I promise you. And don't see it as something that is bad. It's not a bad thing. It's natural to be confused. To ask yourself, what's next? You go through all the final year week, what's next, everybody will come to talk to you. Don't worry. When you finish, you sit down and ask yourself, what's next?
Reality checks.
Yes. So don't feel like you are in a worst position. You are alive. When there's life, there's hope.
You are alive. When there is life, there is hope.
Okay, Modesta, you studied history and strategic studies. Sorry, studies. Sorry,
You are studying that same course and you've forgotten about it. Yes, you are roasting me here.
from someone that settled for less.
I didn't settle for less. I picked that course, even though I wanted, other courses.
Other courses, but your jam score was low.
My jam score was never low. My jam score was never low. I'd applied for psychology. I'd applied for mass comm.
You denied admission.
I wasn't given admission. I can't deny that. I wasn't given admission. Fine. But I was given admission in this same school, but for other courses.
But eventually settled for less.
I eventually said, let me just study. Initially, yes. I will not lie. I'm a very truthful person. I'm self-aware as well. Initially, it felt like I settled for less. But getting into it, I realized that, you have to actually do things to actually be able to see things. Right now, because you're not in it now, that's why you have this, let me just use the word. You are ignorant. Because you don't actually know what it entails. And you have ChatGPT, you have AI. Check it, put it there. Language is in everywhere. That computer that you are using right now is made up of codes. And those codes were written in language. That's a language. And you're speaking right now, this communication. This is what my course deals with.
I can feel your pain. I can feel your pains. Like I know how it is when you study for less. Yes,
It's okay now. You said this for this.
I was once in a relationship like that then, and I
Oh,
studied for less.
Are you enjoying this course you're just studying? This course you're just studying.
of course.
I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to you. But yeah,
Mr. Tayonine,
this course you're studying now. What do you want to do with it?
I think we should have Modesta.
Oh, yeah. This course that you're
Rated already. You guys are with 3.9. Study history and strategic studies.
Yeah.
Sorry, history and strategic studies. Right? What are the job opportunities out there?
So, for the course I studied, no, they're actually job
I don't know.
opportunities. But you cannot restrict yourself to that.
You can work
You need to
anywhere.
get other skills. No matter the course that you study, you need to get other skills. You need to upskill yourself to be able to place yourself in certain positions.
That's the problem I have with. Let me generalize it. Let me say 35% of my course mates right now. Majority of them, they don't have skills. Fine, you are academically intelligent. Your day-to-day activities now, 7 a.m. you go to the library, you leave the library 10 p.m. In fact, they compete who will be the best graduate student or who will be the first class or something like that. They don't say it too, but people know it that they are competing or something like that. So that's the problem I'm having right now. Okay, now you said something like, no matter the course you study, you have to have other skills or something like that. But what will you say to people that go to the library 24/7 without no skill, nothing, and you are studying strategic studies, strategic. Like you have to be smart. You are not studying Yoruba. This settle for less.
Now,
You are studying the number one course. In fact,
Explanation that I did.
sorry.
you get, so you get. I can feel your pain. Sorry.
Stop, JonneyLaw.
I'm crying for ignorance actually. I'm sad because you're my friend. I can't, it's actually very sad to know that my friend is this ignorant.
You are on the cap. You are capping and on the cap. So you get, so like, okay, now do you think like, okay, this history for people that focus their entire life on strategic studies, what job opportunities out there? We've been hearing diplomat, you work as diplomat. How many diplomats do you have in this country? Do you want to chase people over there? Is it in this country that people reduce their age? Yes, all these government worker. Person down in 70 years, they put 50 years there. So do you want to chase that? Who is your father in Nigeria politics for you to become a diplomat? So what are the job opportunities there? Or is history and strategic studies one of those courses that are useless?
So, okay, I really like this question. So, first off, I don't think there's any course that is useless, and I don't think there's any course that can stand on its own. I know somebody who studied law, but he delved into tech. Now he does tech in law. Now that has given him an upper hand than his colleagues who just did law.
And even in law in tech in law.
So it has given him an upper hand than his colleagues who just do tech alone. Now, in the real world, I keep saying this. In the real world, even when you study medicine, in Nigeria, you won't really get the value of what you studied. So now, what we need to look for is what are those things that are in need? What are those skills that people need that I could have that would get me money? Those are the questions. Because at the end of the day, the grades you are going to have is just for a phase of your life. Now that doesn't tomorrow I will just my certificate anyway and say, I did it, yes, and I still know what I did in school. So I would just my certificate anyway. So I'm just trying to let you know that it is possible to do very well academically and still do something else. I have a classmate, Aisha Wahab. She's so good. If not for one thing, I think she would have been the best writing student in my class. But she wasn't at some point in time. Now, because of what she do now, you write your life and you be having this. You're wondering, but am I not trying? So she's so intelligent. She did well academically, but still, even when we were in school, she was doing tech while in school. She studied history. She was doing tech. Now she has a business, a packaging business. Then she like brand packaging and all of that stuff. So don't say, oh, because of my grades, I'm just going to focus on my grades. When you are done with that grade, after convocation, what are you going to use your life to do? 100, 200 level, please try as much as possible to focus on your grades. When you have gotten to 300 level, I know that you have gotten to a particular point, you have built your GP to a particular extent. you can now start say, oh, can I acquire this skill? Can I do this? Can I upskill and all of that stuff? Don't,
Hmm.
don't just focus your life on books alone.
Thank
So
you so
look at
much.
those boys that graduated from Unilag 5.0 BGS. So if you check their skills, you think they were going to
The
library.
portfolio is like
So they have a very strong portfolio that when you look at, you realize that oh, aside the course that these guys studied, they had something else.
they were smart beyond the books,
Exactly.
and that leads us.
To be the first thing, like very very intelligent word that will come out.
Guys, this leads us to
Before we close up, before we end this show, I'm actually happy for you that you studied a very good course and you did set for less. I'm happy that you studied the number one course in Faculty of Art, and Faculty of Art is the best faculty in the entire University of Lagos. Modesta, you've taken us through power, pressure, theater, and talking stage. We are very, very grateful.
Thank you.
And I think everybody can acknowledge now that the almighty Modesta is actually very, very smart and intelligent.
beyond the books.
Beyond the books, yeah, beyond the books. So to everyone watching or listening to this, don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and stay tuned for more vibes. You will enjoy this. Yeah,
Trust me.
you will enjoy this.
Please help us to tell your people to.
Please, if you are watching this, I mean, if you love Modesta, even if you don't love me, please, if you gain something from this video, please subscribe to this channel. Click on the notification bell so that you get notified each time a new video drops, and share this to your friends, to your families, even to those people that you don't like, you. Send it to them.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Beyond the books with
JonneyLaw.
Beyond the Books with JonneyLaw. Proudly sponsored by King JonneyLaw Gadgets and Accessories.